Ba 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. I need some really dramatic music. So if you guys have been subscribed, you'll know what's going on right now. Hopefully you would have watched part 1 and part 2 of this whole Chick-fil-A meal series. I have finally dug down deep into the bottom of the Chick-fil-A bag, and I'm grabbing those hot chicken nuggets. For those just joining us for the first time, let me explain to you. Let's run it back. I did a Chick-fil-A themed nugget cake, and I went in the segment that I would typically eat the food. You usually go in for the hot french fry, the waffle fry. We did that. We made our Chick-fil-A waffle fries cake, and then they're really hot, and then you go in for that drink. We did the Oreo cookies and cream milkshake cake. You dig deep down into the bag and you get to that white box, those chicken nuggets. So I'm going to show you guys in this video how to make a realistic chicken nuggets box of chicken nuggets cake. Finally, I had you guys waiting just a little bit because, you know, anticipation, why not? If you haven't done so yet, I'm excited, can you tell? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, press on the notification bell, and let's get started. The flavor of this cake is actually the flavor of a previous video that I just did. That strawberry shortcake cake with the little red and white crumbles. That's what this is. You guys didn't see this in the video because it was about 1 a.m. Alright. I went and made my strawberry cake, then those strawberry shortcake crumbs, which I will leave in the description. I have a separate video just for those two things. Next went a vanilla cake layer, and then more of the strawberry filling with the fresh strawberries with the buttercream, and then the crumbs, and then that last strawberry cake layer. Now we're going to fully frost the cake. You can do cream cheese frosting, which is delicious with this flavor, or you can just do a simple vanilla buttercream. I made some of my homemade marshmallow fondant. I basically just rolled out my fondant and I measured the cake. Height. I measured it. Okay. And then I measured the fondant accordingly. And then I added a 1/2 inch to the height so that I'd have a little bit extra on top. My cake has been refrigerating for about 30 minutes to make sure that that frosting is completely solid. So now when I apply my fondant to it, it is going to stick very nicely to the sides of the cake. I'm going to use my fondant smoother to make sure that it is applied with no air bubbles in between. I'm going to take a sharp razor and just cut off any excess fondant from the edge of it, so that when I combine all those pieces together, it's seamless. Because Chick-fil-A don't play that. And then I'm going to move on to the next panel of fondant. Now, cake nieces, we're going to do the second tastiest part of this cake. We're going to take all of those cake scraps. These are the cake trimmings, the vanilla cake layer specifically, and I'm going to put them in a bowl and add a little bit more of my buttercream frosting, and I'm going to mix all of that up to make a cake dough. And this is how we are going to make our chicken nuggets. If you're subscribed and watch my videos, you know that I am no newbie to frying some cake. I'm going to just take all of the cake and I'm going to form little rectangular ball shapes. You can put this in the freezer if you would like for 30 minutes so that they completely solidify. I didn't have that type of time nor patience, so I went ahead and just dipped my cake rectangles in a cornstarch water mixture, and then I'm just going to deep fry them. Now, Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets don't seem like they are battered. They seem like they are more so dusted in flour or some type of flour mixture. So I did try this a couple of different ways, and when I dusted the cake balls in flour and fried them, they look kind of crusty and busted. So we're just gonna stick to what we know right now. And you can do flour and water if you would like, but I honestly prefer cornstarch and water when frying anything, just because it generally tends to come out crispier. Or even if you combine your flour with a little bit of cornstarch and then add your water. Just a little culinary tip for the loved ones, you know. Now once my fried chicken nuggets are cooled off completely, I'm going to place them right on the top of that cake on that buttercream. And this was so hard for me not to place them in this neat, perfect 5x4 grid. I tried to make it look as realistic as possible, but it's kind of difficult. So just try to do this as randomly as possible. And then when you have all of those nuggets on there, you're going to see some gaps in between and some buttercream. So I just pretty much broke up some of those extra pieces that I had and filled those little gaps in. I actually made a whole sheet of Chick-fil-A logos. I went onto their website and I got little sayings. The Chick-fil-A box has a few passages on the side, random descriptions or random paragraphs of Chick-fil-A. I just thought that this would be fun. This is a little fact about the nuggets, and I just got a full page of edible logos, and I used these on all 3 cakes except for the fries. I didn't use anything for the fries. I made that. And then you just apply that with water. Water makes me want to order Chick-fil-A nuggets like a shorter. Back up, cause you all up on my shoulder. I'm doing it really dope. So then the last thing that I did, I needed a lid for this box. I took a cake board and I just cut it into a rectangle that measured to be about the same size of the cake. And then I plastered white fondant on both sides. So it's like a cardboard sandwich with fondant on the outside. In between those fondant pieces, I added some floral wire so that you have 2 bendable wires that can dig down into your cake, and then you can kind of adjust the lid. Do you like my hand motions? This is how I describe the world, through hand gestures. I made a little Chick-fil-A sauce with an edible print, and I just made a cute little rectangle out of fondant, and I put a little piece of yellow fondant on top for the sauce. After all of this, it is finally time to put all 3 cakes together and get the best Chick-fil-A nugget cake, period. I sincerely hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it made you hungry. I hope that you go and cook. And I hope that you comment down below. Couture and a Chick-fil-A nugget meal cake. Bye guys. Please tell me down below, which is it? Is it the ramen cake? The Popeye's chicken sandwich cake? The Chick-fil-A meal, or the General Tso's chicken? Which out of these 4 is your favorite food cake so far? The cake needs to comment of the, is this thing fuzzy? Oh. The cake needs to comment of the day is gonna go to Jasmine Henry. Hey girl. She's a new subscriber. I've been looking all over and trying a bunch of different vanilla cake recipes, and I think that this may be the one. Thanks for posting. And then she said, if I add a half cup of berries and some strawberry gelatin, would that make a strawberry cake? And I absolutely do think that it would make an amazing strawberry cake. I did add lime gelatin to a cake before and some fresh limes. Girl, if that wasn't the best lime cake that I ever had in my life. I definitely encourage you to give that a try. I also use cake flour if you really want to make this the best vanilla cake ever. And now for a game of what in the world is she saying? I Well, my audio was out, as you guys can see. I want to thank you so much for watching and encourage you guys to visit me on Instagram at Marishas_Couture_Cakes for my cake page, and for my personnel at Marishas_Couture. Visit me on Facebook and every other social media site that you can think of. Leave any questions and comments down below before you go. Check the description for any recipes. Bye, guys.